Hey everyone, it's Megan with Alder and Nance, and this is my second time filming this intro. This week I am making a Haslam dress that I actually purchased from Mrs. Depew that is self-drafted from a basic block, and the books that you purchase from Mrs. Depew give you the instructions on actually drafting your own pattern for these dresses. And this is the book that I purchased. It is book 18 from the, what is it exactly called again? Book of Draftings number 18 from 1948. And this dress that I have on is actually the pattern or figure number 7, which my dress is very similar to theirs. Mine is not as long as theirs. I actually extended my pattern out a little bit more from being around my knees down just a little bit, but within the actual pattern in the book, their skirt is a little bit longer than mine. And I'll go ahead and show you the finished product right here. And I love this dress. It's made out of 100% linen from a curtain that my partner brought home. James works for a company that when there's even just the slightest thing wrong or they no longer use the curtains, they normally just kind of throw them away. But he has been saving a lot of the curtains and sheets and things like that to go ahead and bring home for me to use to turn into clothing and mock-ups. A lot of the sheets I end up using for mock-ups because there are stains on them that I'm not really able to use them, so I use them as mock-ups. This dress was actually made from 2 panels of 100% linen curtains, and I absolutely love it. And of course James had to share this with me. I've got to change the buttons on this now. I did not line it. I did use my serger to do all of the seams. Not the seams. I used my sewing machine to actually sew the seams, but to finish the edges and to finish my seams, I used my serger. I did not put any, because of how structured this material is, I did not use any interfacing or anything within the collar. And it is an all-in-one collar. So it is cut onto the bodice that I ended up making. And I'll go ahead and actually link to my Patreon, which is completely free. You don't actually have to sign up for my Patreon. I'm just starting to get it started. But if you want to go to the link that's down below in the description box, you can actually go directly to the pattern that is in my size. I have not done a size range because I don't have all of those patterns yet to be able to do size ranges. But you can actually download my size pattern, which I'll have my measurements right here. And I did use my pattern that only had a 1/2 inch of ease built into it. And Haslam System has their own foundation pieces that you can actually purchase and turn around and use that to draw out your own basic blocks. But I went ahead and used my Pattern Labs London to go ahead and make my own foundations. I've got several different sets of foundations through Pattern Lab that I have downloaded and I've uploaded into Adobe Illustrator. So you can actually see me making this dress right here. Hey everyone, so I've already went ahead and filmed all of this once, but I didn't like the pattern, so I am going back and I am reconfiguring all of my patterns for this. So we're starting off, I've already taken the bottom part of the pattern off, and I am about to do the same thing to the back torso block. And I apologize, I got a couple things going on. So this is what I am currently making, is figure number 7, but I'm making a couple of changes. Instead of doing all of this to it, I'm only going to make a couple of changes, and we'll go from there as I show you what all I am doing. Okay, and I will go ahead and say I'm not going to talk you through all of this. You could just kind of watch and see what I'm doing, but we'll go from there, and I hope you enjoy watching me make this pattern. It's going to be loosely based on this, and we'll see what we do. So it's not real hard to use Adobe Illustrator in order to make patterns and to be able to print them out. This way, whenever I make my own, I can print it out. Yes, I can go ahead and use my brown paper, print out a basic one, but I seem to really like just going ahead and printing out my pattern and putting them together. For some reason, I love doing that, and I love the digital manipulation of the pattern pieces because I feel like I can actually get it a little bit more accurate with my computer than I can on paper. I will actually go ahead and show you me putting together the pattern, and the first one you'll see is very fast motion. I went ahead and did a time lapse of me putting it together. That is not the pattern that I ended up using. I messed up on a piece of that original pattern and did not like it at all. I absolutely did not like it. I did a quick mock-up of it, and I changed a couple of things about this pattern, including on the lapel area right here. The original one looks like it has a dart that goes right here to make it come out. I didn't feel like it needed that, so I just cut that out. I also do not like shoulder darts, which you can see in the actual figure number 7 here, and you see that there is a shoulder dart right here, and I don't have a shoulder dart on mine. I actually have a side seam dart, and I do have the 2 little pleats right here. Are these pleats or tucks? I don't know. Let me know down in the comment section. Are these pleats or are these tucks? I think they're tucks. I don't know. So my buttons on the front are not usable, and I do have a side seam zipper. I was going to use this for my entry into the World War II challenge, but I've decided to get to that because I could not figure out how to do a closure on this bodice without doing a zipper, because I don't see how you would close this, because the skirt part of this dress does not actually have a closure or buttons or anything. And for this challenge, you can only use 4 or 5 buttons. I'll link to So Bias's channel where you can actually see this, because this is 1948 and I wanted to use those restrictions in making this, because this is repurposed fabric. It is linen, so I don't know if that is actually part of the restrictions that they had for rationing during World War II. But I love 40s clothing, and I want to build up my wardrobe to have more 40s or 50s feel. So using those restrictions, once I figure out how to use the restrictions, seems really neat, and I love that idea. But again, I did use a zipper in this one, and it's just a cheap little zipper. I bought them in bulk a while back, and I used the 3 buttons, and you're not supposed to have just decorative buttons for that challenge, and so that kind of disqualifies this dress for that. It looks like it can be fastened somehow. I'm not real sure. I'm also thinking that I might be able to actually turn around and make this just into a bodice, and then make a skirt to go on top of it with just a little waistband, and that's another way that I can go around those issues. Another thing is this linen itches. I need to make myself a slip. Right now I just have a little chemise on underneath, and then I've got my pantyhose and everything, so it's not as bad. But just trying this on real quick with nothing on underneath other than my bra and panties, it was very itchy. Now, actually finishing my seams helped that a lot, but this linen is very itchy. I love linen if it was a little bit softer than this heavier weight, curtain weight linen. But let me know down in the comments below what you think of this dress. And remember, you can always go over to the Patreon page and download my size pattern and grade it out to your size, or if you're close to my size, give it a whirl. All right, guys, have a wonderful day. See you later.